Hello everyone, I decided to do just a quick video just to kind of show you and walk you through the EdReady portion of our course. So by now, what I'm hoping is that you've already completed the diagnostic. Once you complete the diagnostic, then you are now ready to work in the study path, which is what you're looking at here. And so this is where you'll see every unit that is within the study path. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units within the Math 025 prep. Okay, this is not all that you have to do in EdReady, but this is the first part. So what you want to do is once you take the diagnostic, if any of these boxes here are green, then it means you've completed and you've mastered that topic. So the boxes are topics, and the whole entire list is units. So for example, unit whole numbers, and then you have one topic that's rounding whole numbers. Decimals is the unit. You have one topic under the unit. And these two were the two you had to do the learn for and turn in to me. Hand them to me. All right. So let's just say that you took the diagnostic and for whatever reason, you mastered the rounding and the decimals part. You still, if you say view study path, it will give you the list of everything with all the boxes green or yellow or red, or in some cases white, depending on if there was a question for that. All right. So I can now go, even if this was green, I can still click on the unit itself, and then that will give me the option to go to the learn. Okay. Mind you, if this is already green, that's fine. Do not go in and do anything with the test, the topic test. Just make sure that you go into the learn. And once you go into the learn, then you can proceed with the parts that I provide. So presentation, word examples, topic text, practice, and review. And then once you go through that, then you're finished with that one. All right. The little house always takes you back to the goal. So you want to make sure that you go back to the study path, which you click up here where it says study path. It'll take you back here. So let's just say you mastered the decimals. You still can click on the unit itself, decimals. And again, this will be green if you've already mastered it, but you still can go to the learn and do the presentation, the word examples, the topic text, the practice, and the review. Okay? And just to reiterate, your presentation is where you're watching the presentation and just taking some good notes based on what they say. The word examples, just depending on how many there are, in this case is 4. So you want to make sure you go through all of them and make sure that you go through these. And again, I think I mentioned this in class. You can always try it and then go to the end to see whether or not you got it right. And if you didn't, then maybe go back and listen to it and see what he says about how to do it. Okay? And then, of course, if you go back to the house, it'll take you right back. Your topic text is always any words that are in here that are bolded. So decimal numbers, you just scroll down. You can look at the examples. They're really helpful. I have a lot of students that just go straight to this first and kind of read through and do a couple of examples, and then they come out and do some other things. But strategies for comparing decimals. Here you have use a number line to assist and compare decimals beginning with the digits from left to right. That's some good information to give. So there's some things in here. Trailing zeros will be your other word that would go written on the topic text area. Again, you have a choice if you want to define them. I just need to see the words. And then as I'm looking, tips for rounding decimals, and it gives you the tips here. You might want to just write that down and then go through a couple of examples. And the summary is always pretty good too, so you might want to try that. And then, of course, your practice, that's where you go and do the practice. Then the review is, of course, where you go and do all the questions until you get to the end. So for this one, there are 8 problems. So I expect to see 8 problems written down and worked out, because you won't know the final answer until the end. So once you finish it, then just check off the ones you got right, X the ones you got wrong if you got any wrong, and then look at the solution to see whether or not you can figure out how to get it right. And that's it. So again, if you go, always go back to the study path by clicking up here where it says back to study path. A lot of students, and then click study path up here, and it'll take you always back to the screen. And you have other learns you have to do. So you have, if you have a learn in the fractions and mixed numbers, you want to see what's there. For this one, for particular, because there was no question on there, you can either choose to take the unit test, or you can choose to work through each topic and then take the test. My suggestion would be is the ones that I've highlighted that you need to do the learn for, go ahead and do the learn first. Then you can come back out and decide if you want to take the unit test, just so that you'll already have the learns completed. Okay? I hope this helps explain some things. I will go over it in more detail in class tomorrow, but I just wanted to do something real quick that might help you kind of break it down a little bit. All right?